Hello world, my name is Paul with the Backyard Hibachi. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about shakers, how we set them up, what we put inside, and then how to do some tricks with the shakers. All right, let's go. So I'm sure you guys have seen at the hibachi restaurants and on this channel as well, we use these stainless steel shakers. I use a Peppermill like this personally. Most of the time at the hibachi restaurants, you'll see a chef with 2 shakers, maybe 3 shakers. And one shaker is filled with salt. One is a pepper shaker. I use a Peppermill, and they'll usually have one show shaker. And we have that because if we're performing a show with the salt shakers, the salt's gonna fly everywhere. That's the same thing with the pepper shakers as well. We have one shaker especially just for the show. So nothing is actually inside here besides rice, and all the holes are completely sealed. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that, how to set up the salt shaker so you have good pour, because there's a lot of holes here, so we're going to cover up most of the holes so you can control the pour and the portions of your salt. There will be links in the description below for the salt shakers and the Peppermill as well. The first step, we're going to go ahead and open up the salt shaker. And on this bottom section here, you'll see that I have aluminum tape. The aluminum tape is used to cover the outside holes, and usually what I leave exposed is about 7 holes in the middle, and I'll show you up close. So for this, we're gonna put the tape on the underside. So I already have tape on the underside, but yours should be pretty fresh. So what I'm gonna do is clear out the bottom section here. As you can see, there's a lot of holes in here. So we're gonna cover up all the holes besides the middle 7 holes. Right in the middle. That should be able to let you control your pour a little bit better. We're gonna cover up with the aluminum tape. For the aluminum tape, you just need to cut a square, like so. And we're gonna cut a little circle in the middle. Like so. Now let's go ahead and turn this over and peel the backing off the tape. Now let's put it in there like so. And make sure you got the middle holes exposed. And work your way around. And that should do it right there. For inside the shaker, we're gonna do a mix of salt and rice. So you can use iodized salt. I'm gonna be using sea salt and jasmine rice. So we're gonna dump some of the rice in here. So what the rice does, it helps break up the salt, and it also absorbs moisture. When we're typically cooking on the grill and then we have our salt shakers upside down like so, some of the steam tends to get up inside the salt, and it hardens the salt. So we use the rice to absorb the moisture from the steam, and then also when we shake, it helps break up the salt into grains. I usually fill up my canister a little bit under half rice, the salt the rest of the way up. And there's a little line inside that you don't want to cross. It's this line right here. And finally, you're just gonna take a spoon and just mix up the rice and the salt. And you just stir it in slowly, make sure it's mixed up nicely. Next, you just want to close it up, and then you want to test your pour. So you see, it's much more controlled of a pour. You actually have to shake it for it to come out. That's perfect. So now I'm going to show you how to set up the show shaker. The show shaker, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut the tape, but instead of the little hole in the middle, we're just going to leave the whole thing covered. You're going to do that same process, fill it with rice so you get good weighting. That way you can kind of control the salt shaker as you're doing the show with it. So there's a lot of variations of the show shaker that you could do. Is this the making the noise, and then from there you can cross your hands. You can also play behind the back. It's also, you can flip the show shakers and catch it and throw them around. There's so many things that you can do. That's why I believe this is very crucial to a professional chef in a restaurant. Let's move on to the Peppermill. And the Peppermill is one of those, is kind of like a 2-for-1. You have to twist for the pepper to come out, and the ground pepper makes a huge difference in flavor and aroma. That's why I like to use the Peppermill. And it's also one of those things where if you do a show with it, it's not gonna spill all over the table. What I like to do with this, I'll fill it up with peppercorns, and then I'm gonna show you how to make it a lot easier for you to play the Peppermill show. So what we need for the Peppermill show is tennis grip. So the tennis grip will help you when you're playing in between the hands like this. Your hands is gonna be oily when you cook, so it's gonna provide a lot more grip whenever you're playing your show, and you can play safely. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So basically what you wanna do is get some tennis grip, and then you're just gonna put it on the top section here, and then run it all the way back to this round section. And you wanna make sure that they're nice and tight, and you just wanna overlap them like so. Make sure it forms. And as you're overlapping, you wanna go ahead and stretch it out. Just overlapping and stretching out. And this will give you nice grip for you to play your Peppermills. We should be ending it right at this first knuckle here. Just take off this. There's some adhesive tape, and and then from here you can use electrical tape, and then just wrap it one time and really seal in the tennis grip. Now you can get a nice firm grip even if your hands are oily on the grill. And the Peppermill is super versatile. You can do a lot of tricks while seasoning pepper. So you can start out with just playing in between the fingers, and then doing some tossing, and then you can go ahead and mill the pepper. So there's plenty of possibilities with the Peppermill. I hope that video helps and answer some of you guys' questions about what's in my shakers and how to do some of the tricks. One of the shakers is salt. One of the shakers is completely empty, just used for a show. And then the Peppermill is used to put pepper and do a show all at the same time. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Peace.